Now that's the way that it goes. When we up in the spot, the shit be flooded with holes. Come on, see when you make it hot, the chicks will come out.
That free piece won you a hard-fought game. Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. E takes d4 captures the d4 pawn. If white recaptures this pawn with the queen, black will attack the queen with knight c6. Queen takes d4 captures the pawn on d4, and places the queen in the center of the board where it controls many important squares. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the queen on d4. Queen e3 retreats the attacked queen to a square where it supports the e4 pawn, but blocks the dark squared bishop. Your opponent develops their bishop off its starting square. This blocks the check from the bishop. They missed a chance to develop a knight off its starting square. You permitted the opponent to eventually win a pawn. They overlooked an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. You missed a better way to develop a bishop off its starting square. You permitted the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. You take back. You're forcing your opponent to have isolated doubled pawns, which ruins their structure. You missed a better way to develop a bishop off its starting square. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. Good job defending that pawn. Their knight comes into play, attacking the center. It is good strategy to develop your piece and win a tempo on a knight. They missed a chance to move a knight to safety. You are threatening to tactically win a knight. You're forcing your opponent to have isolated doubled pawns, which ruins their structure. Takes back. You allowed the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This move forces your bishop to retreat, giving your opponent extra tempo. That was an even swap of material. Recaptures. You missed an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a rook. They develop a new piece. A good choice to move your threatened pawn. Another piece joins the board for your opponent. You overlooked an opportunity to force doubling of pawns. Their bishop is now on a more active square. Your pawn is no longer hanging and is now defended. They missed a chance to create a pawn chain. Ouch! You left your pawn hanging. They took your pawn for free. You've just allowed your pawn to be taken without a fight. Capturing your hanging pawn. You are threatening to capture a knight and win material after the follow-on trades. This is a fair trade. Your opponent makes a pawn chain, making their structure more robust. You are threatening to eventually win a pawn. Your opponent still has an edge, but they are no longer winning. You exchange pieces of equal value. Takes back. Your rook eyes the open file, which helps control critical squares. You are threatening to win material through a tactic. They move the rook to safety. You found a safer square for your bishop. Pushing their passed pawn. This move makes your bishop much more effective. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. This is a fine move. Creating a pawn chain. Very good choice. They played one of the best moves here. Well done, an excellent move. Not the best move, but not bad either. I like their choice. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. They missed a chance to eventually win a pawn. Your blockade stops the other player's pawn from moving. They overlooked an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. That was a fair trade. Recaptures. Your opponent's better position has shifted into a clear winning advantage. You get a chance to take an open file with a rook. Great use of your piece to blockade the pawn. This move gives you the opportunity to win their pawn. This is the way to win a pawn. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You missed an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. They should have chosen a more active move with their rook here. Good thinking. This move puts your bishop into a stronger, more active position. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You overlooked an opportunity to set up a blockade. They did not find the right idea. You had a better option, but this is not bad. That's playable. Very good choice. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Yes, this is the way. They move their king out of the check from your rook. This rook move keeps an eye on the pawn while staying active. They played one of the best moves here. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. Decent move, but they had a better one. Nice, definitely the right move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They move their king. Well done, an excellent move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You overlooked an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. By moving too quickly, they missed the only good move in this position. Yes, this is the way. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You captured that free pawn. This move left their rook hanging. You won a rook for free.